A grammar is defined in such a way that we have to determine the following for non-terminal points. The non-terminal point of this village is A. To determine the follow, we must first arrange the fast set. As we have seen in previous examples how to find the first set, the fast set of A for this grammar will be A, D, and G. A's follow set for that grammar will be $. The follow $ is for any grammar starting non-terminal. Because this non-terminal starting symbol A is nowhere on the right-hand side of the derivation. Let's take another example of determining the follow set. On the board, we see a grammar model is defined. For the grammar, we need to determine the following set. The non-terminal symbols of the grammar are S, A, prime, B and C. We can easily determine the fast set for grammar. Now we will discuss some rules. Suppose a grammar where A implies alpha B. Follow for starting symbol A will be $. It's rules number 1. That we have discussed in the previous example. To determine follow of B, another non-terminal, notice a fact. There is no other symbol to the right of B, which follows or will follow B, rules number 2, so to get B's follow, we have to determining A's follow, which is left side of the derivation. That is, follow of B equals follow of A. The result will be a $sign. Rule number 3, if B is followed by a symbol terminal or non-terminal in the same grammar, then, as in this case, B is followed by the symbol beta. Now we will determine the follow of B, which is first set of beta. I repeat, it will be first set of beta. That is, if it is on the right side of the derivation, only the first of the symbols will be determined. In this case, both symbols B and beta are on the right side of the derivation. There can be two different cases to determine the first of beta. Case 1, beta does not have epsilon in its fast set. Then the elements of the fast set of beta will be the follow or follower of B in simple words. Case 2, if the set of beta consists of epsilon, all other elements except epsilon will be included in follow set of B, epsilon will vanquish or remove the beta. When beta vanishes, there will be no symbol on the right side of B. So here we will apply rule 2. That is, follow of B is equal to follow of A. That is, the $sign will also be added to the follow of B. We can write the rules in grammatical language like this. Let's look at example number 2. We have to determine the follow of S, A prime, B and C for the given grammar. We can observe the first sets on board. Now follow of S will be the $. Because the symbol S is not available on the right side in any of the grammar those derivations. As S is starting symbol, follow of S will be the $sign. The symbol A is on the right side of the rules of the first derivation S and there is no symbol on the right side of A. So we will apply rules number 2. Follow of A equals follow of S. The result is a $sign. A prime is positioned 2 places to the right of the derivation of grammar's model. One on derivation rules for A and the other on a prime rules. At the beginning try to find out follow for a prime in a rules. Since there is no symbol on the right side of a prime, we will determine follow of a prime equals follow of A. In the previous steps we have already calculated the result for follow of A. That is, the answer will be the $sign. Now let's look at the second prime A. This is in a recursive call. The recursive call will point to the previous A prime. We have already determined the follow for the previous prime A. Now follow of B. In the grammar B appears only one position on the right side of the derivation. That is rules A drive A B A prime. As a follow of B, prime A is on the right side. We will apply rules 3 and case 2. Because the first set of this prime has epsilon. According to case 2 of rule 3, we will take the elements of a prime's first sets to the follow set of symbol B, except epsilon will be dropped. Epsilon will remove a prime. If a prime vanishes, then there be no symbols on the right side of B. In this case, follow of B equals follow of A. That is, the dollar sign will also be attached to follow set of B. One thing to note in determining the follow of C is that the C symbol is nowhere on the right side of the grammar derivation like the S symbol. Follow of C will be NA. Note, it's not dollar sign like the follow of S. Because C is not the starting symbol of grammar. In the case of starting symbol, only dollar signs are attached to the follow set, otherwise it will be NA. Hope we have understood the following procedure. In example 3, we see that the grammar defines three separate rules for SL and L'. And we see first set for non-terminal symbols on the board. To determine the follow of S in that grammar, we can see that there are two different cases on the right-hand side of the derivation of the S grammar. One on the right side of rules L. Another is on the right side of rules L'. So follow of S equals dollar sign as S is starting symbol. And the follow of S on the right side of L equals first of L', but epsilon is omitted. Epsilon will vanish L', so first of S equals follow of L. Since there was no other symbol on the right side of S, then of the L' rules, the right side of the derivation follow of S equals follow of L', which is a recursive call. The L' will specify the L' of the previous step, which is on the right side of the derivation of the rules L. And for previous L', we have already complete the follow set. Hence follow of S will be dollar, comma, and closing bracket. Notice closing bracket is the follow of L. Follow of L equals closing bracket. Because L is only in a position on the right side of the grammar in rules S, where the L has a closing bracket on the right side. Similarly, follow of L' equals follow of L equals closing bracket, where rules number 2 is followed. The second L' is recursive call. It will redirect to the first one. Another example, number 4, where the follow of non-terminal symbols is to be determined for the given grammar. We can see first of those non-terminal symbol on the board. Follow of hashtag S equals dollar sign. I think it's clear now, why dollar sign. If there is any confusion, please follow the lecture from the beginning. Follow of A equals first of A and first of B. Because this grammar model has two different positions on the right side of the derivation. Hence the following set for A is A, B. Similarly, follow of B equals first of B and first of A means set consists of elements A and B. Another example, where we need to determine the follow of the non-terminal symbols S, A, B and C of the grammar. Like the previous example, this one also has the first set on the board. Follow of S will be dollar. Hope everyone understands the reason, why and how we got the dollar. The symbol A is positioned only one, on the right side of the grammar. Hence, follow of A will be all of the elements of first of C without epsilon. Epsilon will remove C, now follow of A will be all the elements of first of B without epsilon. In the same way, if epsilon B is removed or vanished, there will be no other symbol on the right side of A. The follow of A will follow of S by rules number 2 as we discuss previous examples. So the following set for A will be HG and dollar. Similarly, follow of B will be follow of S union first of A, union, first of all elements of C without epsilon, union, follow of A. So the following set for B will be $AH and G. So follow of C is all elements of first of B without epsilon, union, follow of S, union, first of B, union, follow of A means the set elements are $GB and H. Let's try to solve last example by self.